We are counting down the 6 deepest mysteries beneath the sea that even scientists cannot explain. Glowing waters light up the ocean for hundreds of kilometers. Strange shapes lie beneath the waves. Chilling sounds echo with no clear source. Each entry grows darker and more unexplained. What secret will claim the number 1 spot? Let us dive in, starting with number 6. On certain nights, the sea itself begins to glow. A ship can sail into water that looks like a night sky. The light spreads farther than the eye can see. In 2013, a merchant ship crossed the Indian Ocean and found itself surrounded by a pale blue light. The glow was steady and bright. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station saw it from orbit. Satellite images later confirmed a glowing patch bigger than Jamaica, over 16,000 square kilometers. Crew logs from that night describe the experience as sailing through a sea of stars. Scientists think the cause is a type of glowing bacteria clinging to tiny particles in the water. When the bacteria gather in huge numbers, their light joins into a soft, endless shimmer. Dr. Stephen Miller, who studies these events, says we think bacteria can make the sea glow, but we do not know why they spread so far or when it will happen. No one can predict where or when a milky sea will appear. Satellites can spot the glow after it starts, but never before. The ocean keeps its secret and leaves only wonder behind. In 1986, a diver looking for hammerhead sharks off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan found something unexpected beneath the waves. Giant stone terraces stretched across the seabed. They were stacked like steps and edged with sharp, perfect corners. Some blocks looked like roads, others looked like pillars or gates, shapes that seemed too precise for nature alone. Geologist Dr. Masaki Kimura spent decades diving the site. He says, "The steps and walls are too straight, too exact for nature." Kimura believes the monument could be the remains of a lost city older than the pyramids. Most geologists disagree. They say the shapes come from earthquakes and the way sandstone breaks underwater. No tools, carvings, or ancient artifacts have been found nearby. The argument continues. Divers and scientists return year after year. Is this a sunken ruin or just a trick of geology? The ocean keeps its answer hidden in stone. In the summer of 2011, a Swedish diving team searching for shipwrecks stumbled on something strange on the floor of the Baltic Sea. The sonar screen showed a perfect disk, 60 meters wide, resting on the seabed between Sweden and Finland. Jagged grooves ran along its sides, like the steps of a forgotten monument. The Ocean X crew, led by Peter Lindberg, stared in silence. Later, Lindberg said that when it first showed on the sonar, they thought they had found something out of this world. Divers went down through cold, dark water. Up close, the formation looked even more unnatural. It was flat, circular, and marked with ridges that seemed too regular for chance. The team's instruments picked up higher than expected metal readings, even though the Baltic seabed here is mostly stone and silt. One diver, his voice muffled by his mask, said it did not look natural and that it was weird. Scientists have offered ordinary explanations. Some say it is just a pile of rocks left by ancient glaciers. Others call it a trick of low-quality sonar. Still others point to the metal traces and say there may be more to the story. No one has found clear evidence of a wreck or a ruin. Still, the disk remains. Silent and untouched, it keeps its secret beneath the waves. In 2001, sonar scans off Cuba's western tip showed something that should not exist. Paulina Zalitsky and her team at Advanced Digital Communications were mapping the sea floor when their screens lit up with sharp lines and angles. rectangles, straight corridors, even what looked like pyramids. These shapes lay 600 to 700 meters down, far deeper than sunlight reaches and deeper than divers can go. The sonar images suggested a city-sized pattern with right angles and careful geometric order, buried beneath centuries of silt. Zalitsky called the find man-made symmetrical structures, but the evidence stopped at sonar. No submersible has ever brought back clear footage. No robot has traced those lines with a camera. The barriers are as deep as the ruins themselves. Political tension between Cuba and the United States put joint missions on hold. The cost of sending a crewed sub to such depths runs into millions, and technology in the early 2000s could not promise a safe return or even a clear image. Some scientists say it is all a trick of sonar, distorted echoes, the ocean floor playing games with our eyes. Others say the images are too precise for mere chance. For over 20 years, the question has lingered. Lost city or just shadows in the deep? Without a full-scale expedition, the answer remains hidden, waiting in the darkness below. At nearly 11,000 meters below the surface, the Mariana Trench is the deepest place on Earth. Down here, the pressure crushes steel and turns sunlight into darkness. Even the toughest machines are pushed to their limits. In 2014, the robotic explorer Nereus was sent to the trench to gather samples and images. Midway through its mission, all contact vanished. Debris was later found scattered on the seafloor. Engineers traced the loss to a sudden, catastrophic implosion. The last data from Nereus showed everything normal, then nothing. Dr. Timothy Shank, who led the project, later said the Hadal Zone is the most hostile environment on our planet. Sometimes the ocean still surprises us in ways we cannot predict. 2 years later, NOAA's Okeanos Explorer lowered hydrophones into the trench. The recordings captured a metallic ringing, like a guitar string plucked in the dark. Scientists called it the bio-twang. The sound did not match any whale, earthquake, or known machine. Engineers checked every piece of equipment and found no malfunction. Brendan Phoebus, a NOAA hydroacoustician, said these sounds do not match any previously catalogued source. The origin remains unknown. At these depths, even the best technology can fail without warning. The ocean's deepest trench keeps its secrets, offering only strange echoes and broken machines as clues. On a quiet day in 1997, deep in the South Pacific, a sound rolled through the ocean that no one had heard before. The water felt vast and quiet. It was picked up by underwater microphones called hydrophones, run by the US National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The signal lasted for about a minute. It began as a low rumble and rose higher, like something huge waking up beneath the waves. The noise was so powerful, it was detected by sensors over 5,000 kilometers apart. No whale, no submarine, no earthquake had ever made anything so loud and so strange. Scientists gave it a name. They called it the bloop. Christopher Fox, an analyst on the team, remembered the moment. Within 10 minutes, everybody on the team was gathered around, trying to think of explanations. It felt like detective work. The team checked for ships. They checked storms and secret military tests. Nothing matched. The Navy denied any link. The sound did not fit any pattern of known machines or weapons. Internet forums exploded with ideas. Some people said it was a giant creature. Others guessed lost technology or something alien. The bloop became a legend. Years later, scientists offered an official explanation. They said the sound came from an ice quake, a massive chunk of Antarctic glacier breaking and sliding into the sea. Robert Giac from the agency said each year there are tens of thousands of ice quakes, and those signals are similar to the bloop. but no exact match for the bloop's time and place was ever found. The original recording remains, echoing with a question that has not been fully answered. To this day, the bloop stands as the loudest, unexplained sound ever recorded in the deep ocean. Its true source is still lost in the dark, cold water. Even with all our technology, the sea keeps some secrets for itself. From the silent, glowing milky seas to the chilling roar of the bloop. These 6 deep sea mysteries remind us how little we truly know about our own planet. Each entry on this list begins with a simple observation. Each one ends in unanswered questions. A strange light, a perfect stone terrace, a sound louder than any whale. All of them start small and grow into wonder. Across all 6, a pattern emerges. Even our best technology can reveal only glimpses of what lies beneath. Geometry hints at lost cities. Sonar shows shapes and metals where none should be. Our deepest machines fail in the trenches' crushing dark. The most shocking entries, like the bloop and the Mariana Trench's metallic sounds, prove that even the ocean's voice is a puzzle. What made these mysteries rank is not just their strangeness, it is the way each one defies every known explanation. In the end, the deep sea is full of secrets that challenge science and stir imagination. We've mapped the stars, but not our own seas. Maybe the greatest mysteries aren't out there, they're still beneath us. Subscribe to Mindflux and keep exploring the unknown.